In this video, I'm going to show you the most underrated way on how to return effectively against great servers. In pro tennis, not only are the serves absolutely huge with a lot of speed, they're also really well placed. And if that's not enough, they're looking to immediately finish that point with their +1 with the very next ball. Of course, you can run into the same problem at a recreational level. You have a big server and then they want to stay in control of the point with an aggressive next shot. Albeit on the +1 at a recreational level, there's probably a few more errors happening there. On the rec level, players err in one of two ways. They either just kind of bunt the ball back in and then hope that the server will somehow miss that second ball, or they're completely overcorrecting to the other end of the spectrum and they're going for way too much. There is a middle way that aims to take away the big +1 of your opponent, and that helps you to stay still somewhat assertive with your return. Now, I don't play many points anymore, and if I do, even less so with serves and returns. When I do, though, I've noticed that I have a super hard time returning. So the next time I played, I actually did something that I would highly recommend you do when you go out. Film yourself. And this is where the sponsor of this video, SWINGVISION, comes in. It is the easiest and most effective way to improve because the setup is so easy that anyone can do it. Just fix the phone into the swing stick, start recording, and you get everything that you need to analyze your own game at the tip of your fingers. If you use my link below, you get a free SWINGVISION swing stick. It's worth $100 with a 1-year subscription for the SWINGVISION Pro. And it also comes with free international shipping and a 60-day money-back guarantee. And for a limited time during the holidays, if you use my link below, you get an additional discount, which brings the costs down to $12 a month for the SWINGVISION Pro. So seeing that I've missed way too many returns, I went back to one of the most trusted, most unspectacular ways to return, hitting the return straight back at them deep down the middle. One of the best features of the SWINGVISION app is that it condenses down entire matches from 2.5 hours to about 20 minutes. There is no scrolling. And if I want to check my own play, for instance, if I have a 45-minute hitting session, it literally cuts it down to about 4 or 5 minutes. And that's exactly what I use to check out my returns. The feature that I used to check my returns were these AI-created highlight reels, basically. Whenever you record a session, SWINGVISION will automatically create these for you. So for instance, you have the 5 most tiring rallies, the longest rallies, you have forehands, and you can simply click on the thumbnail. So I'm choosing Andy Serve because that gives me my returns, of course. And then you see 21 returns right here, and I can check out exactly what I'm doing. If you want to get more into details, you can go into the filter option. So for instance, if I wanted to check only forehands, I can click on player, I'm going to click MEIKE, and then I go to stroke, and I'm selecting forehand. And that filters out all the forehands that I hit in that hitting session. So 25 forehands here, and they're cut together back to back to back. One of the most valuable AI features for me is actually the ability that you can create highlight reels of yourself. So whenever you're playing a point here, and if you like it, simply what you do is you click on favorite, and that automatically saves that point. So if I'm now going back, I've added this point to my rallies, and now I have only those 4 points right here. One of the ways that I'm using this feature is that I share the points that I highlighted with my players. So I can share them a link, I can save the video, and that way they have access to these points. And in this example, I'm showing them that you can use those deep returns through the middle to buy yourself time. The return deep through the middle is a great way to find that balance between being too passive and being way too aggressive. You can see my target is right here, deep through the middle. See where the returns land. First one made it. Being stretched a little bit more, using a slice to buy myself time, and I'm able to actually turn the momentum of the point. Still counts as a good return. Going straight back through the middle takes away angles from your opponent. When you're going right back at them, you're also using time as a weapon against your opponent, because most players, after they served, they land inside the court. So if you're going right back down to their bootstraps, basically you're jamming them. They probably just found their balance. You neutralize the point, you reset it. And to my mind, that's probably the best you can do when you play against a really good server. Now that you know the target for your return, let's get into the details on how to make those returns, how to actually execute them. There are two ways that you can adjust to a good fast serve. Move back a little bit more to start your return position. Just shift it back a little bit. Doesn't mean that you're staying back here. It just means that you're starting here. What you then want to do is, as they're tossing the ball, you're moving forward. And then you want to be on top of your split step as they're about to make contact, because that way, as you land, you can now move to either direction, the side that you're going to hit on. And the added benefit is that as your entire body weight is coming forward, your momentum carries you forward, you can now afford to also shorten up your take back. A shorter take back obviously takes less time. Again, that's adjusting to the faster serve, and having your entire body weight getting into that ball allows you to still get something on the ball, even though you're not taking a big backswing. As you can see from the footage, I'm using my chip actually a whole lot, both on my backhand and on my forehand. When I'm in my ready position, I already have my continental grip. I start in my continental grip because that allows me to just stick my racket out on a fast serve. I have a whole lot more reach, and of course I'm in my proper grip. If I then feel that I'm better balanced, that I actually have a smidgen more time, all I have to do with the grips that I have, slide one bevel to my Eastern forehand grip, and then one bevel to my one-handed Eastern backhand grip. Starting out with the continental grip in my ready position is my personal preference based on what options I want to have and that I do have with the grips. How you start out might look totally different, but what I definitely would suggest is that you're starting further back. You may have to shorten up your take back, and you're just jamming your opponent with that deep return down the middle.